everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to do a bit of a fun video, and I love how I say fun because I'm definitely not going to be having fun by the end of this, but I've been seeing this a lot. I think I've done a video like this too before. Yeah. Well, so I had done a video like this in the past, but it's been a while and I've been seeing it pop up again with movies and books, so I figured now was the time to do it. But I have my own twist on it. I'm gonna do just one book for each video. So today's video, I decided to go for one of the worst ones first, kind of rip the band-aid off. We're going to be talking about 1-star reviews of Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Oh man, I'm not ready for this. This is one of my favorite books. This is one of my favorite books last year. I believe I read this last year for the first time. I was obsessed. I still am. I'm in love. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the world. Oh, I love everything about this book. So, I don't know what I'm choosing to do to myself, but hey, it's gonna be a roller coaster. And I also have my emotional support puppy here, but you can't see her. She's laying on the bed. But she's here too for, you know, comfort and just the support I'm gonna need. So I took a picture of a ton of different reviews that I'm going to read. I'm scared. I have barely looked over some of them. I've only like skimmed over some, so some of these are really going to be a surprise. So without any further rambling, let's get into the video. So 1 star. Did I honestly read the same book as everyone else? Because I seriously doubt it, nor do I think an editor did. There is just no way I can give this 5 stars like it seems to be getting left and right, and here's why. Here we go. Strap in. The lack of editing is seriously criminal for a big publisher like Simon & Schuster. So many continuity errors, so many grammar mistakes, so much awkward and unrealistic, unnatural dialogue from page 1. Now here's the thing. This is a fantasy series. You know, like, sometimes there's disbelief to suspend about plots and wording and phrasing, things like that. Listen, it's not that serious. Like, I get where they're coming from, but I don't think any of them, I never noticed any mistakes, and I'm like a grammar freak, so I would have noticed, especially spelling errors. I would need to go back and reread it again to see, but I do not remember any spelling errors. I'm just like, this is like one of the most petty reasons to not like a book, but whatever. Let's keep going. So many odd skips and jumps in the narrative. This honestly read like a... This is painful just to say out loud. This honestly reads like a Wattpad story that was hastily written and posted at 2 a.m. without a second thought. I was never a Wattpad girl when I was a kid. I was fanfiction.net. I spent a lot of time on there when I was younger. I don't want to talk about it. It's in the past. It's fine. But I was never a Wattpad girl. But I know, I know how the Wattpad stories are written, and it's not like that. It's not like that. Let's not go there. It's making me... Here's the thing though. These kinds of... Okay, you made a major mistake here. These kinds of things can be overlooked and not take the reader out of the story if the reader's thoroughly engaged, and I just wasn't. It's not original by any means. I've read this kind of plot so many times before. It has so many overused tropes, and I could predict any sort of plot twist from the very beginning. Okay, but like, a lot of fantasy books have tropes, like popular tropes. What do you mean? And yeah, this kind of plot's been done. Everybody's comparing it to the Hunger Games, which I've never read or seen the movies. I do plan to read the books at some point in the future. I just haven't done it yet. But everyone's comparing it to that. I don't know if that is accurate. I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like it's a very, very good story on its own. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's just finish this real quick. So because of my lack of interest in the story, the editing mistakes were the nail in the coffin that made me just not want to deal with the story anymore. I didn't hate it, but it's just not a book I would personally consider good or enjoyable. Not for me at all, but I'm happy so many people could overlook the writing issues and get hooked on the story. 1 star. Now here's the thing. I mean, a lot of the stuff that they mentioned were like petty, small stuff. It's not like, I mean, yeah, it's saying it's an overused plot and that it's been done before. Inherently, every plot for fantasy has been done before in some way or another. There's no like truly original ideas when it comes to fantasy, really. So for that to even be a reason seems a little silly. But if they mean it in the way that like in like 2010, 2012, there were tons of like very specific fantasy stories, like Hunger Games, Divergent, all those, the Maze Runner, I think it was called. I never saw those, but I know there's a lot of stories like that. So if that's what they're referring to, then yeah, I understand, I get it. But at the same time, just enjoy the story. If you don't enjoy the story, then don't read it. Like that's all there is. That's all there is to it. But what do I know? Alright, here's the second one. 1 star. Disappointing. More than disappointing. The hype for this book infuriates me because if this is the standard is in HE. It was basically just an amalgamation of popular tropes, and the main character was a carbon copy of every other generic YA lead to exist, lacking any flaws whatsoever. I don't see her as lacking any flaws. What do you mean? She had plenty of flaws. No, I never saw her character like that at all. Where's the originality? The world building. There was tons of world building. What do you mean? The character development. A good romance requires more than a few tropes and loads of cringy banter. The banter was so good. Further, the writing was ridiculously poor and under-edited. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about as far as like the world building goes, and I don't get it. I'm really confused. I don't think we read the same book. I'm starting to think that I didn't read the same book as a lot of these people because the points they're making just don't make any sense, quite frankly. But let's just do the third one. Hunger Games really has retrieval to the point that we have this. Powerless has no personality, mainly because it's written around popular tropes. There's so much repetitiveness to the point that it gets annoying real fast. Anyway, this is giving marketing push like Fourth Wing. Don't bring Fourth Wing into it. That book is... I'm sorry, I can't say that for sure. I've never read it. I just know stuff about it. And because of that, I just don't... It doesn't make me feel great. It feels gross. Anyway. Forgive me, I still have a cough. But no, that... It's another thing of comparing it to the Hunger Games. And I just don't... I need to read the books to be able to understand why so many people keep making that comparison over and over again, because I have no idea. I know that it's, I mean, obviously, inherently, it's like the battles. So it's like Hunger Games, but the trials. Is that what, that's what they're called, right? The trials, I think so. So like, that's what they're talking about. And like, I get it. It's been done before. But at the same time, I don't know, man. The characters were just so good. And Lauren Roberts didn't care about killing characters off. That I can say. She did not care. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna get defensive because I love it. And that's not what I wanted this video to be. I want this to be as unbiased as possible. But seeing as how I'm ranting 10 minutes in already, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm very sorry. I wanted to go into this unbiased, but I just don't think that can happen because I'm too invested in the story and the characters and the romance. Ugh. I'm too invested. I can't be unbiased, but I think we only have a few more ones to read, so this one's a bit of a longer one, so let's get ready for that. Let me describe a book to you. A girl without powers from the slums, living in a kingdom ruled by the elites with powers, is forced to survive by lying and stealing. But when these straits get her into something deeper than expected, she is forced into a trial. You might be thinking, wow, what a great way to summarize Powerless in a few sentences. Only I'm not describing Powerless, I'm describing Red Queen. How dare you? How dare you bring Sarah J. Maas into this? No, wait. That's not who wrote that book. It's not Sarah J. Maas, I'm so sorry. Who wrote that book? Who wrote Red Queen? Hold on. I know it wasn't her. I'm so sorry. Victoria Aveyard. How dare you? Don't bring that into this. This is not... You can't even compare them. Like, you can't. You can't compare them. What's that one quote? Oh yeah, it's... Your work is both original and good, but the part that is original is not good, and the part that is good is not original. That perfectly encapsulates my thoughts on this book. I'm sorry, but just because your marketing team slaps for fans of Red Queen and the Hunger Games on this doesn't give you a hall pass. I thought world building would be my issue with this book. Don't get me wrong, it's an issue, but the fact that there isn't a single... I'm tired, I'm sorry. But there isn't a single original concept in this book is what blows my mind. If I hadn't read one... I'm tired. If I hadn't read Red Queen, maybe this book would have stood a chance, but I have and I can't look past it. I mean, even the nicknames weren't original. In Powerless, they call Payton the Silver Savior. And in Red Queen, they call Mare the Silver Princess. Yes, they're called these names for different reasons. But if you call a duck something else, it's still a duck. I'm getting irritated, but it's whatever. Another huge issue I have is this constantly being called an enemies to lovers. My friend Andy said it best. This isn't an enemies to lovers because there's no lover. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm too tired. I shouldn't have filmed this right now. You know what? It's fine. We're gonna go with it. It's gonna be a little goofy. It's fine. The banter between Pei and Kai was cute for about 2 seconds. However, after 500 plus pages, we get absolutely nothing. Lastly, the ending. If you say I didn't see that coming, I'm worried about your safety. Because someone clearly has a gun to your head forcing you to say this. I don't think so. I didn't see the ending coming. I didn't see it coming. Sorry. If you've read any YA fantasy, you'll see this ending coming from a mile away. I don't think so. No, not everybody's gonna see it. Thank you very much. I wanted some fun original fantasy. What I got was the Shein version of Red Queen. How dare you? How dare you? I will never read the Red Queen. I've seen too many videos talking about what it's about and like the characters and some of the storylines in it, and it's a no for me. But being compared to something, Red Queen being better than something, I'm offended. I am. I'm offended. That's rude. That is just really rude. Okay, I have a few more. Let's get through these first and then I'll talk about them afterwards. If you consider this one of the best fantasy books you have ever consumed, why do you have the reading comprehension of a 5-year-old? And I ultimately implore you to go outside and sit with nature for a good while. Okay, we're gonna read the next one. I'm just gonna move on. I'll react to them after. Unfortunately, a DNF for me at 60%. I really should have stopped reading sooner, but I had hopes that it would get better, but it really didn't deliver. The characters had absolutely no personality at all. That hurts. That really hurts. And only had mid backstories that just feel so rushed. Like, Kai was meant to be this mysterious, tormented enforcer, which he was, who is ruthless. But did we see this side of him? No. And also the romance had no build-up whatsoever. Like, what do you mean they're enemies but are basically attracted and love at first sight? I'm sorry to all of you who loved this book, but it honestly just was not for me. I honestly would have ripped my hair out if I was forced to finish this. So although I hate not finishing books, I'm gonna let this one go. Alright. Dear Lauren, if you're not creative enough to write a book with your own unique plot, oh my goodness, please spare us the ChatGPT version of the King's Champion tournament from Throne of Glass, the interviews from the Hunger Games, how dare you, and the Tri-Wizard Maze from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. How dare you? How dare you? It's just rude. DNF at 27%. Characters are super annoying. Here we go again. Copycat of Red Queen and Hunger Games, which is not original at all, and I didn't like Red Queen, so I cannot finish this. A lot of things did not make sense, mainly the way the author writes. Sometimes I had to reread the same sentences to understand what was happening. Okay, well that's... could be a youth... I don't know. You know what? Some of these might have made fair points if I've ever read The Red Queen, which I haven't. And I don't plan to. Unless I do a video reading books that I don't think I would like. I don't know if that video will be worth it. But, hey, who knows? I don't agree with most of these thoughts. And I know that's going to be a surprise because Powerless was genuinely one of my favorite books of all time. It is so good. And it deserves all the hype it got. I'm sad. Like, these people, I'm convinced, did not read the same book as me because what do they mean? These themes were the banter. The banter was so good, and I'm running out of things to say because I'm just like, I don't know what to say anymore. These people clearly just haven't read the same book, and that's my opinion, because I just don't see how they don't see what we see. But everyone's opinions are different, and you know, it's fine. It's fine to have a different opinion. I keep looking at my puppy, sorry. She's just being really cute and sleeping. So, I'm distracted by her cuteness. But, yeah, I don't want to ramble anymore, because I feel like this video is already getting kind of long. So that's my thoughts. I don't really know what else to say about those reviews, except that everybody is entitled to their own opinion, even if, in my opinion, their opinion is wrong. But it's an opinion, so it's fine. It's all good. Have whatever opinion you have, but I just don't understand it. Okay, let me know in the comments. Here's a good question. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Powerless. If you've ever read it, if you liked it, if you hated it. If you hated it, it's fine. Feel free to still let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. If you didn't like it, I would love to know why, because personally, in my opinion, the only reasons people gave were petty reasons. But, you know, if there's any, like, legit reasons, then please let me know. Or just share your opinion at all in the comments. I would love to read them. Yeah, I'm not gonna ramble anymore because I feel like I'm just talking in circles and I'm tired. And I shouldn't have filmed this so late, but here we are. So, yeah, I guess that would be it. I have a few videos coming out soon. And I might even have an update on my book to be published. So, more to come on that in its own video in the future. Make sure to look out for that. and I'll probably post more stuff about it too on like TikTok and Instagram, all that stuff. But yeah, that's it for now. So I can't even end the video without yawning. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm too tired. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. And thank you so much for watching. Love you.